So Joe Biden has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. He's probably going to die, despite the fact that he has access to some of the best healthcare that the US has to offer. Healthcare that him and people like him have gone to great pains to make sure the rest of us do not have access to. And I just want to take a moment to think about and recognize the history of Joe Biden, the story of how a lowly Klansman could use his position in Congress to advance the interests of the Klan far more than 1,000 David Dukes, eventually becoming the president and using that presidency to elevate himself to the level of Hitler. Despite being to the far right of Ronald Reagan and setting the stage for the worst policies that we still suffer from today, despite being the architect of the crime bill, which has incarcerated more Americans than any other legislation, has led to the US being responsible for the majority of the incarcerated population in the world, despite being only 4% of the world. And Joe Biden is also the architect of the bankruptcy bill, a bill that has kept countless Americans in deep poverty for attempting to further their education and attain the dream and the promise that we have all been lied to about owning a home and starting a family and just living the American dream. Despite all of that, despite spending a lifetime being against busing, spending a lifetime being against the Hyde Amendment, using his presidency to make sure that there was no opposition to women losing their reproductive health care under the Supreme Court's ruling, despite using his power as the president to crush union workers and make sure that railway workers would not get access to sick time, Joe Biden will not be remembered for any of those atrocities. Joe Biden will forevermore be historically known as the Butcher of Gaza, a man who used his position in the presidency to arm, fund, and defend the most live-streamed genocide in human history. Joe Biden will forever be known as the Merchant of Death, who loaded the very guns that Netanyahu used to snipe 5-year-old children in the head. And he will be known as the president who is so despicable, so deplorable, and so ineffective that a person as unpopular as Donald Trump was able to easily win re-election against him. I do not believe in hell, but if hell is real, it will be difficult for them to find a pit dark and deep enough for a demon like Joe Biden, the Butcher of Gaza. Rest in hell, Joe.